Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we're here for another poetry discussion. A poetry discussion that will take place in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one, obviously, the poetry discussion playlist, which is ever growing, and over 200 videos now, as well as the Emily Dickinson poetry discussion video playlist, which is over 50 videos, now quickly approaching 60. So, if you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing that I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos per week, all about short stories, poetry, novels, a little bit of writing, all of these things. So, if you find yourself here by chance but not design, consider hitting the subscribe button in order to stick around for more. And if you want to help me out with what I'm doing here on the channel, hitting the like button tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. Now let's get into it. Our poem from Emily Dickinson is Success is Counted Sweetest, and it reads as such. Success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory, as he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph burst agonized and clear. So, again, we have a poem from Emily Dickinson that is obviously not titled, so it's known by its first line, but a first stanza and a first line indeed that are probably, if you were forced to pick, the strongest stanza as well as the strongest line in the entire poem. Emily Dickinson was just what so Emily Dickinson was sort of like that mile runner that you knew on the track team in high school who would the gun was fired and they would race out to a 57-second 400-meter dash and then absolutely die before finishing the mile. Now, I think that obviously a lot of Emily Dickinson's poems do not die. A lot of Emily Dickinson's poems are straight through completely transcendent of regular poetry. I think this is the case here, but definitely that first stanza and indeed that first line are the best parts of the poem. You will recognize them from that part as opposed to the other two stanzas. But let's read it one more time here because I think it's interesting. Success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory as he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph burst agonized and clear. This individual right here, who can tell the definition so clear of victory as he defeated, dying, on whose forbidden ear? So we're talking here about a battle, a war. Two different sides fighting on different flags, under different flags. But this individual who's dying in the field, do we have any reason to believe that that individual is of the side which lost the battle? There is a little bit of indication here. Defeated. Now, I think this is misleading. If you are part of a regiment going up against another regiment and you get shot down, boom, boom, fallen on the field, you are personally defeated. Even if your side goes on to win. I think this is a beautiful ambiguity in this poem. We don't know on which side this fallen soldier fights. We are led perhaps a little bit to believe, so we will make this sort of contemporary for Emily Dickinson. Imagine that it is the North and the South in the Civil War that are fighting. The North wins this battle, but a Northern soldier was struck down, and as he bleed out on the field of battle, because that's what happens. It's not the movies. It's not the movies where the minute someone shoots you in the leg, you are unconscious and then dead seconds after. Oh no, especially during this time. That bullet might just rattle around inside you for the rest of your life. Andrew Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, 7th President of the United States, I believe. Top of my head here, so don't judge me. Walked around for the majority of his life with different fragments of bullet in his body. There is I don't remember. He was leading troops to the Battle of New Orleans, I believe, and his men were going to mutiny. And he rode his horse out in front of him. He had been shot in the arm. Arm was useless, couldn't use it. His men were going to mutiny because of dysentery and lack of food, etc. He rode his horse up to the front of them, hopped off, put his rifle on the horse's back, and said, "Hey, each and every one of you, you're free to go. You don't have to be here. But I'm going to shoot the first one of you that moves." And he went back. They all went back to business. Now, the reason I tell that story is because he lived during that same trip. He was picking shards of bone and a bullet out of his shoulder and mailing them back to his wife. So this individual, defeated and dying, is going to be conscious during the rest of the battle. Probably not able to fight, but conscious long enough to hear who wins. I think it is a very interesting quirk of this poem that on whose side this individual is fighting is at least a little ambiguous. I believe that Emily Dickinson had put this as he defeated is in as an individualistic term because the term is used in coincidence or in coincidence with success by those who never succeed. We have here defeat, success, who. We are talking about individuals. Now, the those is plural, but we are talking about individualistic success. So individualistic defeat might be that you are on the side of the winning team, the winning army, whatever it is that we're talking about, and still ultimately yourself fail. This is interesting because there is finality to it. This is existing in the finite. This individual is dying now. This means never. This means before this point. That person who was shot down on the field, neither then did they succeed. Neither then did they succeed. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. If you enjoy what I do here, hitting the like button helps me out immensely on this channel as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing that I talk about on this channel. Poems every Monday, but also short stories and novel read-alongs and a little bit of writing as well. So if you would enjoy those things, I hope to have you back for the next one. So hit that subscribe button.